This is the story of Officer Chad Swanson, a dedicated police officer, a loving husband, and a devoted father of 3. He dedicated his life to serving and protecting his community. He was known for his courage, his compassion, and his unwavering commitment to justice. But tragically, his life was cut short on a seemingly ordinary day. On October 4th, 2023, Officer Swanson's life was tragically cut short in a fatal motorcycle accident on the 405 freeway. He was on his way to work, eager to start his shift and continue his duty to his community. He never made it. This is a story about the devastating consequences of negligence, the importance of road safety, and the enduring legacy of a fallen hero. It's a story that demands our attention, our reflection, and our commitment to ensuring that such tragedies are prevented in the future. It was a Tuesday morning, just like any other. The sun was rising, casting a warm glow over the bustling city. On the 405 freeway, traffic was already beginning to build as commuters made their way to work. Among them was Officer Chad Swanson. Officer Swanson, dressed in his motorcycle uniform, was riding his patrol bike to work at the Manhattan Beach Police Department. He had been with the department for 13 years, dedicating his life to serving and protecting his community. He was a seasoned officer, respected by his colleagues and admired by the community he served. As he navigated the busy freeway, he was undoubtedly looking forward to another day of making a difference. Little did he know that this seemingly ordinary commute would be his last. A series of events was about to unfold, events that would send shockwaves through his department and the entire community. At the same time, a truck driver named Raymond Eugene Sanders was also on the 405 freeway. Sanders, a 68-year-old resident of Compton, was hauling a load of lighting fixtures. Unbeknownst to Officer Swanson, the cargo in Sanders' truck was not properly secured. As Sanders drove along the freeway, the boxes carrying the lighting fixtures began to shift. The movement became more and more pronounced with each passing mile. It was only a matter of time before disaster struck. And strike it did. In a horrifying turn of events, several boxes of lighting fixtures tumbled from the back of Sanders' truck, spilling onto the busy freeway. The sudden and unexpected obstruction caused chaos and confusion on the roadway. Drivers slammed on their brakes, swerving to avoid colliding with the debris. The peace of the morning commute was shattered in an instant. Boxes, heavy and unforgiving, lay scattered across the asphalt, transforming the freeway into a minefield of danger. Drivers, caught completely off guard, desperately tried to avoid the unexpected obstacles. Officer Swanson, riding his motorcycle with the focus and attention that came with years of experience, suddenly found himself in a nightmare scenario. The fallen boxes, appearing in his path with terrifying speed, left him with no time to react. The impact was unavoidable. Officer Swanson's motorcycle, unable to stop in time, collided with the debris, sending him hurtling from his bike onto the unforgiving pavement. His body, unprotected against the force of the impact, slammed into the asphalt with a sickening thud. The scene on the freeway was one of chaos and despair. The screeching of brakes, the honking of horns, and the shouts of bystanders filled the air. Emergency responders, alerted to the accident, raced to the scene, sirens wailing. Officer Swanson, critically injured, was rushed to Harbor Medical Center. Doctors and nurses worked tirelessly, battling against the clock and the severity of his injuries to save his life, but their efforts proved to be in vain. The injuries sustained in the accident proved to be too severe. Officer Chad Swanson, a dedicated police officer, a loving husband, and a devoted father, succumbed to his injuries. His life, dedicated to service and protection, was tragically cut short at the age of insert age. The news of Officer Swanson's death sent shockwaves through the Manhattan Beach Police Department and the entire community. Grief, anger, and disbelief washed over those who knew and loved him. The man responsible for the accident, Raymond Eugene Sanders, was taken into custody. Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon, recognizing the severity of the situation and the immense loss suffered by Officer Swanson's family, filed charges against Sanders. He was charged with 1 count of vehicular manslaughter without gross negligence, a misdemeanor. The charge, while a misdemeanor, carries a maximum sentence of 1 year in county jail. District Attorney Gascon, in a statement expressing his condolences to Officer Swanson's family, vowed to hold Sanders accountable for his actions. The death of Officer Chad Swanson sent shockwaves through the Manhattan Beach community and beyond. He was more than just a police officer, he was a beloved husband, father, friend, and colleague. His loss left a void that would be felt for years to come. A makeshift memorial sprung up near the site of the accident, a testament to the impact Officer Swanson had on those around him. Flowers, candles, handwritten notes, and photographs adorned the space, each item a symbol of the love and respect he inspired. News of Officer Swanson's death spread quickly, prompting an outpouring of grief and support from law enforcement agencies across the state. Fellow officers, many of whom had never met Swanson personally, felt a profound sense of loss. They understood the risks inherent in their line of work and mourned the tragic passing of one of their own. In the wake of the accident, District Attorney Gascon emphasized the importance of road safety, particularly for those who transport cargo. He stressed that failing to properly secure loads is not just a minor infraction, it's a reckless act with potentially deadly consequences. Every driver has a responsibility to ensure that their vehicle is safe for the road, Gascon stated in a press conference. That includes taking the necessary steps to secure any cargo properly. Failure to do so can turn a routine drive into a tragedy, as we've seen in this heartbreaking case. The California Highway Patrol echoed Gascon's sentiments, reminding drivers that unsecured loads are a leading cause of accidents, injuries, and fatalities. They pledged to increase enforcement efforts and educate drivers about the importance of cargo securement. Beyond the tragedy of his death, Officer Chad Swanson should be remembered for his life of service and his unwavering commitment to protecting others. His dedication to his duty extended far beyond the call of duty, as evidenced by his heroic actions during the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival shooting in 2017. In a statement released by the Manhattan Beach Police Department, Chief Rachel Johnson described Swanson as an exemplary officer who embodied the very best of our profession. He was respected by his peers, admired by the community he served, and deeply loved by his family and friends. Those who knew Officer Swanson best described him as a man of unwavering integrity, boundless courage, and genuine compassion. He treated everyone he encountered with respect and kindness, earning the admiration of colleagues and community members alike. As the Manhattan Beach community mourns the loss of Officer Chad Swanson, his legacy of service and sacrifice will not be forgotten. His commitment to protecting others, his unwavering courage, and his genuine compassion serve as an inspiration to us all. In the days and weeks following his death, the city of Manhattan Beach announced plans to honor Officer Swanson's memory in a meaningful and lasting way. A memorial fund was established to support his family, and a local park was renamed in his honor. The most fitting tribute to Officer Swanson, however, is to honor his memory through our actions. By prioritizing road safety, holding ourselves and others accountable for negligent behavior, and embracing the values of service and compassion that he embodied, we can ensure that his legacy lives on. The Route 91 Harvest Music Festival in Las Vegas was supposed to be a celebration of country music, a joyous gathering of fans from all walks of life. On October 1st, 2017, the festival grounds were alive with music, laughter, and a sense of shared passion. But as the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the venue, the atmosphere took a sinister turn. Jason Aldean, a country music superstar, was on stage, his music captivating the massive crowd. The air was electric with energy, the crowd singing along to every word. No one could have imagined that the night would soon descend into chaos and terror. Suddenly, a barrage of gunfire erupted from the Mandalay Bay Hotel, overlooking the festival grounds. The music stopped abruptly, replaced by the deafening sound of automatic gunfire. The crowd, initially confused, quickly realized the horrifying truth: they were under attack. Panic and chaos ensued as the crowd scattered, desperate to escape the hail of bullets. People ran for their lives, diving for cover behind anything they could find: cars, food stalls, even each other. The air filled with screams, the ground littered with discarded belongings. Amidst the chaos and terror, Officer Chad Swanson, off duty and attending the concert with friends, sprang into action. His instincts, honed through years of service, took over. He knew he had to help, to protect those around him. Disregarding his own safety, Officer Swanson ran towards the gunfire, his only thought to help those in need. He helped people find cover, provided first aid to the injured, and guided terrified concertgoers to safety, his actions a beacon of hope in the midst of unspeakable horror. In the aftermath of the Las Vegas shooting, as the nation reeled from the scale of the tragedy, stories of courage and selflessness began to emerge. Among them was the story of Officer Chad Swanson, the off-duty officer who risked his life to save others. Officer Swanson's actions that night earned him the admiration of his colleagues, the gratitude of those he saved, and the recognition of a nation grappling with the aftermath of a senseless tragedy. He was hailed as a hero, his actions a testament to the very best of humanity. Despite the accolades, Officer Swanson remained humble, his focus on healing and moving forward. He was a man of quiet strength, his actions speaking louder than words. He never sought recognition for his bravery, his only concern the well-being of others. The Route 91 Harvest Music Festival shooting left an indelible scar on the nation's psyche, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the ever-present threat of violence. Yet, even in the face of such darkness, the light of human compassion shone through. Officer Chad Swanson's actions that night embodied the very essence of heroism, the selfless act of putting oneself in harm's way to protect others. He was a shining example of the courage, compassion, and unwavering dedication that defines those who serve and protect. Though his life was tragically cut short, Officer Swanson's legacy of selflessness, courage, and unwavering commitment to others will continue to inspire. He will be remembered not only as a police officer, but as a hero, a protector, and a shining example of the best of humanity. Officer Chad Swanson's life, though tragically cut short, was a life of profound consequence. He lived by a code of honor, duty, and unwavering commitment to others. He faced risks head-on, driven by a desire to serve and protect. We must never lose sight of the human cost of this tragedy. Behind the badge was a man with a family who loved him dearly. His absence leaves a void that can never be truly filled. Officer Swanson's death is a stark reminder of the ripple effects of negligence. A minor oversight, failing to secure cargo, had catastrophic consequences. It robbed a family of their father, a community of their protector, and a world in need of heroes. We live in a world of distractions where multitasking is the norm and consequences are often overlooked. We glance at our phones, fiddle with the radio, and let our minds wander. It's a complacency we can't afford. Every time we drive, we hold lives in our hands. A moment of inattention can have devastating consequences. Let's stay vigilant and responsible. In the wake of this tragedy, the wheels of justice have been set in motion. Raymond Eugene Sanders faces charges of vehicular manslaughter. The legal process will determine his culpability and consequences. True justice extends beyond the courtroom walls. It demands a collective reckoning with road safety. We must advocate for stricter enforcement of cargo securement laws. Increased public awareness campaigns are essential. Though nothing can erase the pain of this loss, we can find solace in honoring Officer Chad Swanson's legacy. We can honor his memory by striving to embody the values he held dear: courage, compassion, selflessness, and an unwavering commitment to making the world a better and safer place. We can honor his memory by supporting organizations that promote road safety, by volunteering our time to educate others about the importance of responsible driving, and by simply making a conscious effort to be more aware and more cautious behind the wheel. And most importantly, We can honor Officer Swanson's legacy by living our lives with the same sense of purpose and dedication that he exemplified every single day. Let us remember him not only for how he died, but for how he lived, a life defined by service, sacrifice, and an unwavering commitment to making the world a better place, one act of courage, one act of kindness at a time.